Mau lari kemana lagi kamu bocah? Hah?
The film begins by immersing the audience in the bleak and foreboding landscape of Sura Island, a desolate outpost in the Indian Ocean where governments consign their most dangerous criminals. At the heart of this brutal realm is Kun, a former mafia leader who has transformed into a tyrannical ruler, instilling a pervasive atmosphere of terror even among the most hardened inmates. The narrative quickly shifts to a tense scene featuring a young girl named Jin, who races through the thick jungle, desperately fleeing from armed convicts. Her mother, Molly, a fierce and resourceful fighter, bravely confronts the attackers, but despite their valiant efforts to escape, they are ultimately overwhelmed and captured. Both mother and daughter endure brutal restraint and torture at the hands of their captors. Just as the captors prepare to transport them, a mysterious figure emerges, Yule, a newly imprisoned former elite Interpol agent with a stoic facade that conceals a violent history. Upon witnessing the plight of Jin and Molly, Yule intervenes. Igniting an explosive fight sequence. When the chaos subsides, one of the remaining thugs reveals, under duress, that their feared leader is Kun, a name that visibly disturbs Yule. Jin seizes the opportunity to free Kim from his restraints and guides him and her unconscious mother to her hidden camp, a sanctuary for survivors resisting Kun's oppressive regime. Here, the community is led by Bao, a gruff yet principled man who initially considers expelling Kim. However, Jin passionately defends him, recounting his bravery and saving their lives. Though hesitant, Bao reluctantly permits Kim to stay temporarily. Driven by a need for vengeance, Kim demands to know Kun's whereabouts. Bao is taken aback by Kim's intentions. Confronting Kun is seen as an act of certain death. A poignant flashback reveals Kim's deeper motivation. Kun was responsible for the horrific murder of Kim's wife and daughter, who were burned alive before his eyes. As Molly recovers, she encounters Kim and reacts with hostility, recalling how he had once arrested her and her husband, legendary assassins, during his tenure as a decorated law officer. Unbeknownst to Kim at the time, Molly had been pregnant with Jin during those events. Despite their troubled past, Molly recognizes Kim's determination and transformation, ultimately offering him information about Kun's location in exchange for his assistance in defeating him. Kim sets out toward a volcanic region rumored to be Kun's lair. Jin resolutely refuses to be left behind and follows him. Along their treacherous journey, she narrowly escapes a deadly trap, prompting Kim to reluctantly accept her help. At a cliffside, Jin reveals that her father once sought to bring order to the island but was betrayed and murdered by Kun. Their path is abruptly halted by the harrowing sight of their allies left bloodied and broken by Kun's enforcers. In a haunting moment, Kim gazes at a doll identical to one his daughter once owned, evoking painful memories of loss and igniting his resolve for retribution. Before he can fully process the haunting memory, Jin is suddenly abducted by two of Kun's men. Kim pursues the kidnappers to a dilapidated complex of abandoned buildings, where he dispatches guards with devastating hand-to-hand combat techniques. As he advances to the second building, the resistance intensifies. Finally, he reaches the third structure, where Jin is held captive, guarded by a senior member of Kun's inner circle. The ensuing fight is both brutal and prolonged, with Kim ultimately overpowering his adversary and eliminating the remaining guards. He instructs Jin to return to the hideout for safety, but as he lowers his guard, another enemy attempts a surprise attack. In a split second, Molly intervenes just in time. Though Jin has already escaped, they manage to liberate several other captives and regroup. Meanwhile, one of Kun's surviving men escapes and rushes back to Kun's fortress with alarming news: a lone warrior is systematically dismantling their forces. The mere mention of Kim sends a shiver down Kun's spine. He remembers him all too well. Elsewhere, Jin finds herself in peril once more. A female archer from Kun's elite squad locks onto her target, but Kim arrives just in time to help her escape, sustaining a poisoned arrow wound in the process. Molly arrives on the scene, executing the attackers one by one. She tends to Kim's injury, administering basic first aid to keep him stable until more help can arrive. Bao leads Kim to a secluded sanctuary, entrusting others to secure escape routes. To create a diversion, Bao and a companion scout ahead. However, a language barrier complicates their coordination, as his companion is an Indonesian native with no knowledge of Korean or English. Their mission tragically ends in disaster when they inadvertently trigger a deadly trap. As night falls, Bao and his companion are confronted by Jargle, Kun's ruthless lieutenant. Jargle promises Bao safe passage if he reveals Kim's location. When Bao remains silent, Jargle orders a massacre. Molly and her fighters resist valiantly, but one by one, they fall victim to Jargle's brutal offensive. Just when all hope seems lost, Kim, now recovered from the poison, returns with vengeance in his eyes. He tears through Jargle's men with a ferocity fueled by rage and determination. In the climactic final duel, he faces Jargle and his right-hand man. After an intense struggle, he triumphs over both adversaries. Only Jin and Molly remain, survivors amidst the carnage. With unwavering resolve, Kim makes his way to Khun's fortress, prepared for the reckoning that awaits him inside. He confronts Khun's final guards with fierce determination. At last, Kim and Khun come face to face, and the years of trauma and bloodshed culminate in a brutal hand-to-hand fight. Ultimately, Kim emerges victorious. With a decisive blow, he ends Khun's reign of terror, avenging his family and liberating the island's oppressed inhabitants. Thank you for watching. If you're new, don't forget to subscribe for more recaps. Until next time. Have a nice day.